Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to break down one of the biggest stories in crypto history. The United States government has officially announced the cryptocurrencies it wants to hold as part of a national digital asset reserve. That's right. The White House is now treating certain cryptos the same way it treats strategic commodities like oil or gold. And what's more, this isn't speculation. It comes directly from an executive order signed in March 2025. So let's dive in. On March 6, 2025, President Trump signed an executive order creating two programs, the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve and the U.S. Digital Asset Stockpile. According to the White House, the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve will hold only Bitcoin. And here's the key point: none of this Bitcoin will be sold. These coins come from forfeited assets, meaning they were seized in criminal cases or recovered from illegal activity. Instead of auctioning them off like the government has always done in the past, these coins are now being saved and stored as a strategic asset. Alongside that, the U.S. Digital Asset Stockpile will hold other cryptocurrencies that are forfeited to the government, with the Treasury managing the process. This isn't being funded with taxpayer dollars. It's coins the government already owns through seizures, and the shift is that instead of dumping them on the market, they're now being recognized as part of the nation's reserves. The White House and official reports confirmed that 5 cryptocurrencies are part of this initiative: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and Ripple's XRP. The announcement was made publicly, covered by Reuters, the Associated Press, Al Jazeera, Payments Dive, and even summarized in detail on Wikipedia. And there's no mention of any other cryptocurrencies. That means, at least for now, this group of 5 is officially recognized by the U.S. government as strategically important digital assets. Let's go one by one. Bitcoin, of course, is the centerpiece. It's the original cryptocurrency, capped at 21 million coins, and widely considered a store of value, digital gold. For years, Bitcoin has been used as a hedge against inflation, and governments have already seized hundreds of thousands of them, in cases ranging from Silk Road to ransomware busts. The White House calling it a strategic reserve asset essentially means Bitcoin now sits in the same symbolic category as gold in Fort Knox. AP News even described it as a digital Fort Knox, with the government holding around 200,000 Bitcoin that will not be liquidated. Then there's Ethereum. Ethereum isn't just a coin, it's a programmable blockchain. It powers decentralized applications, smart contracts, NFTs, and the entire DeFi economy. By including Ethereum, the US is acknowledging that Web3 isn't some fringe experiment. It's a core part of how financial and technological systems are being rebuilt. In many ways, Ethereum represents the software layer of the future financial internet, and it's no surprise it made the list. Next up is Solana. Solana is designed for speed and scale. Where Ethereum sometimes struggles with network congestion and high gas fees, Solana can process thousands of transactions per second with extremely low fees. That makes it attractive for large-scale dApps, gaming projects, decentralized exchanges, and even payment systems. By adding Solana to the stockpile, the government is signaling it sees value in performance-driven chains that can compete with Visa and MasterCard in terms of transaction speed. Cardano is also included, and this one raised some eyebrows. Cardano is slower to roll out features compared to others, but it takes a rigorous academic approach with peer-reviewed development and a focus on sustainability. It's built on proof of stake, which consumes far less energy than Bitcoin's proof of work, and it has a layered architecture designed for future governance and upgrades. By choosing Cardano, the White House is recognizing not just short-term hype, but long-term blockchain infrastructure that emphasizes decentralization, research, and global accessibility. And finally, Ripple's XRP. This is one of the most controversial choices because XRP has long battled regulators, including the SEC. But the truth is, XRP is built for payments. It enables near-instant cross-border transfers at extremely low cost, and it's been tested by banks and financial institutions worldwide. By adding XRP, the US is admitting that digital assets can play a real role in modernizing global settlements and keeping the dollar competitive internationally. So why these five? Together, they represent the major narratives in crypto. Bitcoin is digital gold and a store of value. Ethereum is the foundation of Web3 and smart contracts. Solana is speed and scalability. Cardano is sustainability and governance. XRP is payments and banking rails. The Whitehouse has effectively built a basket that touches the most important aspects of the crypto economy. Now, is anything else included? As of today, no DOT. Despite all the speculation, no Dogecoin, no Polkadot, no stablecoins, no meme coins. Only these five have been confirmed in public documents and news reports. And remember, these aren't assets the government went out and bought. They're coins that were already forfeited and sitting in federal custody. The change is that instead of selling them, the US is holding them as part of a long-term strategy. Of course, there's debate. Some say this move is symbolic, more about politics than economics, especially since the coins are being held from forfeitures. Others worry about conflicts of interest, since Congress faces new restrictions on digital asset holdings that don't apply to the president himself. Still, whether you see it as forward-thinking policy or just political theater, it's impossible to deny this is historic. For the first time, the US government is recognizing crypto as part of its national financial toolkit. The broader picture here is that this is only one piece of a bigger regulatory push. In July 2025, the White House released a massive digital asset policy roadmap, a 160-page report laying out plans for stablecoins, regulatory clarity, and splitting oversight between the SEC and the CFTC. Laws like the Genius Act have already created federal rules for stablecoins, requiring full reserve backing and consumer protections. So this isn't just about holding coins in a wallet somewhere. It's about reshaping America's financial future around digital assets. So what does this mean for investors and for the crypto industry as a whole? Legitimacy? This marks a turning point where the US government is no longer treating crypto as a curiosity or a threat, but as a resource worth holding. It could encourage more institutions, and even other countries, to follow the same path. And it sends a clear message. Crypto is here to stay, and the United States intends to play a leading role. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think the US is making a smart strategic move by holding these five cryptos, or is this just political posturing? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the biggest stories shaping crypto. Your support means a lot, and it helps this channel keep bringing you clear, no-nonsense updates. Until next time, stay informed and stay ahead.